So I said to her, you want a jumper. You know, you're going to risk losing a few marks on the first day, but you're going to get them back on day 3. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, should we crack into it?
Hi, this is Blythe Tate, and you're listening to Eventing Weekly with Mitch and Braden.
That was the most awkward cheers we've ever done.
Oh, but it tasted good.
It's like
Do you
a
know
John
what I mean?
Key handshake.
Yeah.
Vocation, Life and Death, classic IPA. But I digress because we're live and we're here with Mitch Braden and Helen Bates. Helen, g'day, mate.
G'day. How's it going?
Hey, I'm doing bloody good because I'm sat here in one of the most beautiful yards that I've walked into in a long time, wouldn't you say, Mitchell?
I would say that. After the tricky road that we took to get down here, it was more than worth it, wasn't it?
Bloody good.
What a spot.
What a spot. Where are we?
We are near Rankham. Between sort of Cirencester and Cheltenham. So...
Yeah, I mean, picturesque would be the word I'd use to describe coming in. Really enjoyed it. Hey, guys, big weekend on the weekend.
Huge weekend on the weekend.
Big.
Le Moulin. Helen, were you watching?
I was watching, yeah.
Really good.
Yep.
What were your thoughts?
I thought the cross country seemed to cause quite a few problems across the board, really, like some unexpected ones, and I think there wasn't one fence that seemed to cause problems. It was just a bit spread out. So yeah, made for good watching.
The perfect cross-country course, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
causing a few issues, but not too many.
Yep.
No one's not getting around,
Yeah.
Nope.
and no one's making the time too easy.
Yeah.
That's
It's just what you want, really.
It was bloody
Easy.
good to watch. Hey, Laura Collett, can she let someone else have a turn?
yeah, save some for the rest of us. Come on, girl.
What I
I
mean?
think she's done, 3 5-stars with London and 3 wins. So it's a good record.
It's not a bad record.
It's not so bad. Not so bad.
Is she on her way to total domination, winning every 5-star?
World domination,
Well,
potentially.
If so, you heard it here first.
Yeah.
I think we may be the first to call it that London 52
Yeah.
horse for the future.
It's a long way down to Adelaide, but when
Worth
he's
it, you
cleaned
think?
up the other 5, maybe it could be on the cards.
Wowee. There you go.
Yeah.
Mitch Thomason calling it early. Well, guys, as I said, we're bloody stoked to be here with Helen Bates, and Helen, we're going to take you through our regular structure of our show.
Okay.
As a avid fan yourself,
Yes.
you know how the show works. Mitch and I caught up. When did the Helen episode come into planning?
Days ago.
Yeah.
Was it? Maybe it was right after Geo's, was it?
I think we were out of Geos, and we thought,
we were straight into it.
God, that's very kind.
and so we think we've put some really good questions together for this one, Helen, and so we're going to just work through them, 5 each, and really paint a picture for the fans of who Helen Bates is.
And I'm going to start us off here, Helen. It is, as we mentioned, a lovely yard out here and very clean.
Thank you.
We were just wondering, how do you balance being a full-time event rider and also managing a saddlery, Bates Saddles?
Bates
How-
saddles.
How do you do it all?
Yeah, I do get this question a lot. It's no, unfortunately, not my saddlery, and it's just the yard. I mean, a yard in itself is actually quite enough of a job for me.
Yeah,
I
tell
don't
me
think
about it.
I don't think I could manage a whole saddlery as well.
So can we? Are you saying we're ruling out any connection between Helen Bates Eventing and Bates Saddlery?
I think for now. I mean, who knows in the future? That could be a good partnership. But
Do you
for
at
now,
least
yeah.
ride in Bates Saddles?
No, I ride in Voltaire saddles.
Shout
Very
out to
happy.
Voltaire.
Yes, yep. Very, very happy with Voltaire.
Well, we thought we'd just address the obvious early, just to see if there was any connection there, but obviously not. So my follow-up question to that, Helen, is, we're both Kiwi men. We're not from, traditionally from a horse background, are we, Mitch?
No, not at all.
Well, not your traditional start. We're from New Zealand, and we've been over here a while now, but we don't quite understand, how does a young British female get into horses in the UK? How does it happen?
Oh, that's a good question. I definitely didn't have horsey parents, so or any family for that matter. I don't know. Just from a young age, always had a real obsession with horses, and I think for my 8th birthday, my parents bought me a riding lesson, and didn't look back. Pretty sure they might regret that one now, but
Yeah, what a
it's too
8th
late.
birthday that was.
yeah.
Poor parents. Shout out to them.
And so they've made the unfortunate issue of buying you a horse.
Yeah, they actually bought me a 14-hand yearling for my first horse, educated, clearly.
How long
old?
ago after the
I think
8th
I was
birthday
about-
riding lesson?
I think that was a few years later. So I think I was only probably around 10 or 11 when I was bought this yearling, which no one had any idea what to do with.
Amazing.
So, it was a good start.
Hell of a start. And then how do you go from that start through to, I guess, turning into a professional event rider?
So I think most people would go down the sort of pony club route. I took that route for a little bit, and then I think I was just lucky to have some good trainers, and actually did work experience with Mary King, which was pretty cool.
Oh, wow.
When I was 16.
If I could just stop you right there. Shout out Mary King. Really big fan of the show, as well as Emily King.
Yeah.
Met Emily for the first time in Ireland at Mill Street, where I was there with you.
Yep.
And she chewed my ear off about how much of a big fan her and her mum, they get together on a Tuesday afternoon. The show comes out on Tuesday morning, and they listen to it together.
Oh, that's perfect, isn't it?
Sorry to interrupt, but it's just not, when I see the opportunity, you mentioned one of the fans, and I just wanted to...
Big shout out to the fans.
To the fans.
We love our fans, and you've got to look after them. They
Yeah.
look after us, so we just need to
100%.
put it out there.
100%.
So Mary's one of your trainers growing up?
No, not quite a trainer, but I think I'd always had a little bit of an interest in eventing, and then after being at hers for a week, I think we went to Summerley Park horse trials and somewhere else, and Belton actually, when it was Belton before Thorsby. And I did that, and Emily was obviously there as well, and I was hooked after that one weekend. So,
And of course, we knew that it was Belton before Thorsby.
Yeah. You don't have to tell us.
Yeah.
That's for goddamn sure.
Absolutely, we knew that. I was messaging you through the week, Helen, just trying to tee up this interview.
Yeah.
Obviously, as we're so organised and try to get everything done well in advance. And you did mention that this interview was possibly the biggest thing in your career so far.
100%.
And Braden and I were just curious as to where you go next.
I mean, I know retirement was mentioned. I think I probably have to do a little bit more, but it's definitely going on the CV. That's what I'm going to say. Yeah.
Oh, that's
100%.
really nice to hear.
Really good to hear for us.
But guys, as much as we enjoy, the spotlight, it's not all about us, Alan. And what we do like to do is engage our fans. And I'm thrilled to say we've got a fan question lined up for you today. So just listen up as I push play on the fan question.
Hey guys, my name's Danny Dunn. Big fan of the show. I think Helen has, with her hot bod, proven herself to be one of the fittest riders on the eventing circuit. So I wanted to ask her how she feels her personal training helps her riding and affects her performance.
Did you catch all that?
God, yeah. What a compliment.
I caught hot bod.
Hot bod.
Fittest rider on the eventing circuit.
That is a call. That is one hell of a call. I'm not sure.
What do you say to that call?
It's a bold one. But yeah, I have to say, I think that rider fitness is really important. It's definitely helped me a lot. I think even just like posture on a horse, it makes a big difference. And I think the more that you can know your body, then the easier it is to then know how to help or, how to impact the horses.
So what kind of training does an event rider do? When you hit the gym, are you doing the...
Pump and iron?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah?
Yeah.
The deadlifts,
all
the
the iron.
squats?
Yeah. Oh yeah, deadlifts, squats. Oh God, I wouldn't know the names of a lot of them. Rows, bent over rows.
Yeah.
That's a thing, I think. Yeah.
So you're in the gym, you're pushing some tin. How many days a week are you doing that?
I only do 2 days a week. Would love to do more, but fitting it in is actually pretty hard around sort of doing the yard. I think if you're riding a lot anyway, and maybe you're doing other things on the yards, then that helps with your cardio. And then you can do sort of other cardio, running and stuff beside it, and then. And you
specifically, so you're going twice a week in the gym.
Mm-hmm.
Are you a morning, a midday, or are you after the horses?
I'm super early morning.
How's it? Mitch and I, we also
Oh yeah.
we're morning
early
people.
risers.
So you're in good company. How early are you talking?
So I would normally get to the gym for 5 a.m.
Jesus
Holy
Christ!
Wow.
Wow.
I like to get it done in the start of the day because I know come like finishing the horses, I'll be knackered and I won't want to go. So
Yeah, that's a good shout.
I smash
And
it out.
how long are we spending in the gym? Is it a half an hour, an hour?
It's normally between sort of 45 minutes to an hour if you're including sort of warm up and cool down stretches and things.
And I can tell you, getting into my later years, that warming up is something I wish I would have done a lot more when I was a kid, because
Well, it's a hell of a rig you've got over there, mate,
Thanks,
and she needs to be well oiled. So
absolutely. So I will drink to that.
yeah,
And,
cheers. Cheers.
I have been working on the dad bod recently.
Oh, it looks good.
And it is actually coming into shape just in time for summer, which is
Bloody
We're
good.
ready now.
Yeah,
it is
good.
very
Hot
exciting.
girl summer.
I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
Are you? We're gonna move on now to our next question here, Helen. Mill Street, Braden mentioned, was a big success for you.
Yeah.
And you're now 5-star qualified.
Yeah, very exciting stuff.
How do you get 5-star qualified?
I mean, you have to have a very good horse to start with. I think would be the main thing there, and a good partnership, and make sure you get your MERs.
Yeah.
Um,
What's an MER?
MER is your minimum eligibility requirement, and it's basically where you qualify at lower levels. You have to reach a certain standard, and then that counts as a qualification towards your next level up.
And I know that riders get different classifications,
Yes.
like different levels. Does that affect how many shows you have to do before you can
Great
move
question.
up?
Yeah,
Great.
good question.
Yeah,
Thanks,
Excellent
mate.
question.
Great question.
Real insight.
Yeah.
No, it 100% does. So your higher category riders, your big guns, they
like the Laura Colletts, and
100%.
the Braden Lissingtons.
Yeah.
Your blue ticks.
Blue ticks,
blue
yeah,
ticks.
100%. The blue ticks, they would be A category riders, and so they wouldn't need to do as much as, say, the D or uncategorized riders would do.
Gotcha. And so you've qualified on Carpe Diem.
Yes, I am.
YOLO.
YOLO. We were just
YOLO.
Well, we were just saying on the way in, Carpe Diem, seize the day.
Yeah.
It's kind of the early YOLO.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
Seize the day.
Yeah.
You only live once.
Like the Roman YOLO.
The Roman
The
YOLO.
YOLO.
So we were just interested in learning a bit more about your partnership with the Roman YOLO.
Okay, yeah. It's been a journey for sure. I got him as a just backed 4-year-old. I mean, he couldn't really go around the arena. I spent, I think, a good few months just doing 20-meter circles. He's really spooky, really sharp.
Guess the practice from that yearling you had as a 10-year-old is coming into practice there.
100%.
Yeah, you're like, this is easy.
Yeah. No, I was lucky enough to be based at Mark Kyle's for about 6 years, and thank God I had them there because them and the team there just really helped support me up the levels with him. So we've gone from right from the start, really.
Amazing.
Yeah, he didn't want to go into water at first. That caused us a few issues. But yeah, no, he's super solid.
Amazing.
That's what we like to hear.
Yeah.
And sorry, how long was that journey from starting out with Carpe Diem through to where you are now? How long have you been?
So he's 13 now. So however long that is, my maths is not great.
Quick math. Did you say you got him at 3?
Quick maths. 4.
4. So that would have been 9.
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah.
I was there.
Nice.
Yeah, quick maths.
Don't ask me to count strides.
Well, Braden's actually quite good at that. If you ever need
I've
a hand,
heard actually
when
that you
you're out
guys
walking
are-
courses, Braden is quite handy at counting out a
100%.
stride.
Yeah.
Well, for some people it just comes naturally.
Yeah.
So we've got some big plans for later on in the year. Mitch and I are passionate about our course walks.
Yeah.
So we'll be pushing some content.
I really look forward to those.
and going audio visual in the content. So just keep an eye out.
Yeah.
Keep an eye out.
Yeah, no.
That's in the works.
Definitely lots to learn. So
Perfect. Ellen, again on the drive-in, we were just the route that we took, quite tight, and we weren't sure if it was the route, you'd take the lorry.
Right. Yeah.
And it got us thinking, what's more difficult, being a professional event horse, right, like riding the horses, or having to drive like a 20-ton lorry in England?
Yeah. No, that's a great question, actually. I have to say the lorry driving can be very testing, especially when you're driving to a field in the middle of nowhere and your sat-nav doesn't know exactly where that is or how to get there. I have a very narrow bridge to get over as well, which is a stress every time I leave and enter the yard. So
it's one of my favourite things to see is, Helen, you probably don't have the biggest stature.
No, some might say.
Massive lorry.
Yeah.
And it's always fun to see you hooning around in this
100%.
big old truck.
I think one time actually on the drive out to Tats a few years ago, I got out of the driver's side of the lorry and someone asked me if I was doing the pony trials, which you have to be 16 for. So, I mean, I took it as a compliment, took it on the chin, but I get that a lot. Yeah. A lot of funny looks from the other truck drivers in the petrol stations as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's not your typical lorry driver.
No. But sometimes, when you go abroad and you go into the truckers' lounge at these places and they look at you like you don't belong, you should probably go.
It's a power play.
100%.
It's a Janelle Price move. This is what I'd call it. It's a big power play.
Catch them when they're not ready for it.
Yeah, bloody good. Bloody good. Hey, where are we up to here, Mitchell?
I was just reading through the questions, looking, just thinking about a time not too long ago, we caught up with our old mate Helen Bates here.
Yeah.
You and I were looking not too bad.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know the time. The time. Dapper.
Yeah, that would
100%.
I think so.
be the word used to describe us. And Helen Bates was there, also looking relatively good.
Yes.
Showered.
She wasn't in joddies, which is a
good
first.
start, yeah.
The Hunt Ball. What one was that? We've been to so many now.
That
I can't
was the
remember.
VWH.
VWH Hunt Ball.
VWH Hunt Ball.
Yeah.
Jeez, that was a good night.
It was.
And there's quite a few of them around this kind of area. But what, in your experience, Helen, is the best hunt ball?
Oh, yeah, that is a good question.
I mean, it's hard to go past the VWH.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I think the VWH has it. It helps that I do happen to know the organisers, but this isn't about them.
Yeah. But if they're not listening to the show right now, so you're free to say
are big
whatever
fans.
you want. Are they?
Yeah, big fans. No, I have to say it's the VWH. I think you have a lot of other eventers that kind of join.
Okay.
It's nice to be able to have a party in the winter with a lot of your buddies that you've not seen for a couple of months because no one's been eventing. So I'm
hearing you've got a connection with VWH, time of year, and also the clientele. Yep. Those are three big contributing factors. Is there anything else? Actually,
probably location as well for that one. It's
super
not
close.
Not too far away.
Yeah,
nice and close.
I was just going to say, is there anything else specifically about the actual ball, that you really enjoy, or where would we find you maybe at the ball? Are you
100% on the dance floor?
On the dance floor?
Yeah. Flitting around.
Are you sticking? Have you got a spot? Are you sticking to a corner? Are you jumping from group to group?
Oh no, 100% jumping from group to group. Yeah, good question. I'd love to say that I'm like loyal to the people that I go there with. Yeah, but 100% I see someone and
you rock up with them and that's it.
Yeah,
you're not seeing them for the rest of the night.
No, I mean, I might do in passing, but I'm all there for the good times.
And just one final follow-up to that, as a professional athlete, feel free to deflect this question, but I'll put it on to Mitch. Is at those types of occasions, we might let the hair down and have a beverage. Mitch, he's always going for a Jaeger bomb. That's his go-to. For me, it's an espresso martini.
Yeah, 100% espresso martini. Yeah, I remember martini. That. Yeah.
If you don't think you could have got that more wrong.
How do you mean?
The Jaeger bomb is a liability on a night out, and only a liability if a person would ever order those.
Why do I always see you drinking them?
I'm not one to say no to a free drink, and if someone brings me along a Jaeger bomb, it's probably going to get drunk. But
Someone's got to.
I'm not going up to a bar and ordering it.
Okay.
But if they're there, I'm I'm not
So
going to say no. I'll take one for the team.
What you're hearing, Helen, is I'm buying a lot of drinks.
Drinks are being bought. They're being drank. Yeah.
So we've got the Jaeger bombs and the espresso martini. Is there anything you'd add into that duo?
Yeah, I mean, an espresso martini would definitely be the way. I think you've got the perfect balance of the espresso for, your energy to carry on till the end of the night, till carriages, at the end. And then you've got, obviously, the alcohol, so you ensure everyone has a good time.
The espresso martini is not a good dance floor drink, though. Jeez. Those glasses were not designed for that.
They're not built for it, are they? I was wearing white, and my sleeves were not white.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I was the same. I had the same issue.
Worth it though.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say no to that. Where are we up to, Braden?
Well, we're flying along, mate. That's question 7 done and dusted. 3 till home. So
Can't lose focus yet.
no, we're on our minute markers. Let me tell you that much. Hey, Helen Bates. If I was to say Helen Bates, badminton winner, or Helen Bates, Olympic gold medalist,
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
which one of those lights the bigger fire?
Oh, that's a great question. I mean, I suppose hard to think of at this point in time, but I mean, to be honest, I'd take either, 100%. I'm not going to be choosy. If one of them came knocking on my door, I'd 100% be like,
hello,
for sure, come on in. I think the Olympics, a lot of people understand. And you've got sort of the best of the best in the world there. Every country's picking their best nation, so I think probably an Olympic gold, but certainly badminton. Badminton's definitely always been for me a bit of the dream, because I'm closer to badminton than I would be to Burley. So I went there with my mum a lot when we were younger, or when I was younger. So that would definitely be one. And one of the toughest 5 stars in the world. 100%, I'd take that.
And is that something on the books for Carpe Diem? Or
yeah.
is he more of a Lemulin horse or a Poe?
Maybe even a Buccalo if
Buccalo.
you had to.
Well,
if you're into your espresso martinis.
I've heard definitely Buccalo sounds like it's an opportunity not to be missed. If you can get there. I think in general he can be quite a strong horse, so I'm not sure necessarily every one of those tracks would suit him. He's so onward and so keen to get the job done, but he's also really straight. So I think we'll see what the end of the year brings, and see what the spring brings as well. But I think moving up a level should be really exciting with him, and it'd just be nice to see where he ends up, really.
And we look forward to seeing you out there.
Yeah. Did you just see it switch into eventing mode?
Oh yeah,
it's a sight to see when an eventer we're going from espresso martinis to just full on eventing mode.
Yeah,
and you've done it. You've clicked in.
It just happened. You don't even realise, and all of a sudden you're 3 hours into a conversation talking about a horse.
Yeah. You've dropped in.
Absolutely. And so we're talking about you need the right horse for the right course.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But if you could, we're going to build a horse here, right?
Okay.
For the Olympics, let's say.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If you can choose, say, we'll take the show jumping from one horse, the dressage from another horse,
nice.
cross country from a third horse, which horses are you going to take?
Is it any horse?
Any horse.
Not just Helen's horses?
No.
Any horse.
Any horse.
Any horse.
Okay, this is a good question. I think we're going to have to go with the dressage from London. 52. I think he's proved time and time again he's pretty standout on that first phase.
Mm-hmm.
What was that in the weekend? 20.3. Was it? Something like that.
Crazy like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Miles ahead of everyone else, I know that.
Yep. Yeah.
All right, so we've got London doing the dressage.
Yeah.
And then we're heading into, this is a long format course. Is it the Olympics long format?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're moving on to the cross country then.
I think probably one of the best cross country horses probably ever would got to be classic Moe, surely.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Good
I'm
shout
going to give her a
there.
shout.
You want to taste the kiwi?
Big fan of, 100%. Big fan of Molly. Out on the cross country, I feel like she'd be pretty fun to have a spin around on.
Yeah,
Oh,
perfect.
yeah, that's a good shout. What would you go for, Braden?
How do you mean?
Choosing your cross-country horse, your dream cross-country ride.
Yeah,
Which horse are you going for?
Ready Teddy.
Ready, Teddy?
Yeah.
Gotta be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we've got
Ready Teddy's apparently going to solve the war. I heard actually. I think, yeah.
Taylor
It's
Mason.
actually Taylor Mason.
Yeah.
Not sure what part of the world he's going to solve it.
Just going to counter on over is what I heard.
He's just going for it.
Well, yeah. For all the fans who haven't listened to the Taylor Mason episode, quite the back catalogue that we're developing at the moment. A big shout out there to Blythe Tate and Ready Teddy. So yeah, go over listen. But so far we've got the London or Dan doing the dressage.
Yep.
We've got classic Moe or Molly
Yep.
Molly.
on cross country day.
Yep.
Heading into the final day, who's leaving the polls up?
I mean, I think it's got to be Toledo, hasn't it? Toledo
yeah.
de Cursor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, if I can't be sat on my own horse for most of those things, maybe not the dressage, but yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's some kind of combination, isn't it?
Yeah. Not so bad.
Not so
Yeah.
bad.
What
Very
score
good.
are we giving them? I suppose.
Well, I suppose they're going to finish on the dressage, aren't they?
Yeah.
So
FOD.
what's
FOD.
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 FOD. How good. And if you had to put a rider on that horse, past or present,
Oh.
and it becomes difficult, doesn't it? Because you got the relationship
Yeah, I
with
think
each of
that's-
those horses along the way.
Yeah, 100%. I think that's what it's built on, isn't it? That's what the sport's built on, is the trust and the partnership. So
So we're looking for a rider who can jump on anything. Is that what we're looking for?
yeah, I suppose so.
Yeah, that or some sort of hybrid or tribrid.
Hybrid
Maybe
rider.
maybe a combination of different.
And you can't have Laura, Janelle, and Tom.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Bloody good. We are on to the final question, Helen. And it's one of those ones where we're going to put you on the spot a little bit, but we'll ease into it. It's Glastonbury this weekend.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Big music festival down in the south.
Yep. Heard of it.
And we thought it would be quite fun to imagine a scenario. You got the weekend off, right?
Shocking. Yeah.
You decide, you know what? Let's put a bit of eventing's been cancelled for the weekend. I'm going to take my car. We're going to do a roadie down, and I'm going to take
Nice.
4 other eventers in the car with me, and we're going to
What
go.
a shout.
Yeah, we're going to go Glastonbury with 4 others. You're going to have to camp, so you're going to have to live in close proximities.
Right.
So you're going to be in a tent.
Yeah,
okay.
You're going to be. What's it? 2-hour drive from here,
no idea.
roughly.
No
Something
idea.
like that.
Yeah.
You're going to want someone who's picking good music on the way down.
Well, there's all of those
100%.
things. Anyone jump to mind? You got 4 seats to fill, and you're a roadie to Glastonbury. You're
All
5
eventers,
nights there.
yeah. I mean, to be fair, I love to hop on the ox cord myself.
Would you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that would definitely be where I'd feel happiest.
Would you be driving and on the auxiliary, or are you riding shotgun?
Potentially.
Braden, come on, you don't know the rules of the aux cord.
No. Okay.
The aux cord is
That's
primarily.
a job in itself.
Yeah.
Shotgun.
So then, I guess you'd want a good driver. Just good people to party with, wouldn't you? I mean, I hear Collett throws a good party.
Yes.
Oh, she
So-
throws a good party.
Yeah, so I guess, 100%.
And I think we should take this moment as an opportunity to just ask Laura.
Yeah.
She's just won the Moulin.
Yeah, exactly.
Surely there's another party coming up.
Yeah.
So,
Horizon.
Laura, you've got our numbers.
Yep.
And, we'll be waiting.
Yeah, exactly. We'll be there.
Yeah.
Laura, not a big driver. She may be riding in the backseat.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
I'd
So
have
you've
to
got
be. Yeah.
you're in shotgun. You've
Yep.
got Laura in the backseat.
Yeah. Gosh, who else? I feel like Tim Price be.
Yeah.
Tim Price
I was
be
hoping
good.
you'd get
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
hoping you'd get a bit of Tim Price in there.
100%. Yeah, saw
Yeah.
Tim at Linear last year. Linear's good party, and
Yes.
yeah, I feel like he'd bring good vibes.
Big fun uncle vibes.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
The dad everyone wants.
I feel safe around him.
Yeah.
But he's here for a good time. Like,
Yeah.
he can drive.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's what you're thinking.
yeah, no, 100% actually. Yeah,
Tim's driving, but he's he's going around the roundabout 4 times.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. I get the feeling Tim's not going to drive, but we'll we'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
Gosh, yeah. Don't know. There's so many people in the
You've only got two spots left.
2 spots.
2 spots.
We're all
left.
squeezing. How big is this car?
A little
Yeah.
mini.
It's a compact trip, isn't it?
Yeah.
A Fiat 500.
With a
Is
tent
that-
in the back.
Yeah, across the lap.
Yeah.
Okay. Wellies as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. We've got a lot to pack in there.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So-
we've got me, Colette, Tim,
So you've only got 2 other people.
2 people remaining.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. Robbie Cairns. He's a good.
Hell yes.
Yeah. He's a good.
Yeah.
He's a good.
Yeah.
Good shout
Yes.
for a good party. He
Yeah.
fully gets out on the dance floor.
You've got to have an Irishman.
Yeah.
And if you're going to have one, he is the one.
Yeah. 100%.
So far, you've got an English, an Irish, and a Kiwi.
Yeah.
It's
And a Brit.
and a
Brilliant. Well, I
Yeah.
think we need another nation then, don't we?
Brit. Okay.
I think we want to be a very versatile car.
Yeah.
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 Let's go Bella English as
I
well.
know, I just knew it was going to be that.
Yours, Bella.
100%. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Always
That's
on good form.
Always
Yeah.
on good
And now
form.
we've got a really worldly car heading down to
Very.
Glastonbury.
Yeah.
Oh my
like it.
goodness, that's an amazing weekend.
Yeah.
That is
Holy.
an amazing weekend. Shout out Bella English, by the way.
Oh,
Yeah.
huge fan of the show.
Big
All
fan of
big
the show.
fans. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
We love
nice.
you, Bella.
Wonderful. Well, that's the end of the questions we had lined up for you today, Helen. So we're going to start sort of cruising around the home bend and finish up. And the way we do that is, if you're a regular listener, you'll know we like to share some fan eventing advice. And just a quick question on that, a call out. I get a lot of people messaging me, how do I do the fan advice? Lots of people keen to do it, but maybe not so much out there doing it. So just a reminder, jump on Apple Podcasts and rate the show, and then leave a review. And in your review, just like Kate Linda has done, you can leave us some eventing advice to share with our fans. So this is the eventing advice from Kate Linda. It says, Kia ora, Mitch and Braden. My bit of eventing advice is to make sure you have plenty of snacks and your phone has lots of battery for when your lorry breaks down coming home from an event. And she really reiterates, yes, she means when, not if. She then carries on, she says, also, for all of the Kiwis living in England, please remember when you need to ring the police to shut down the M4 so you can get your horses off your lorry, the number is 999, not 111.
Gee, that sounds specific.
Big fan of the show.
Given a lot of advice in there.
Kate Linda.
Yeah.
So-
A lot of really good quality advice, I
Yeah.
think, in that.
Very specific advice.
Yeah,
very
it sounds
specific
specific,
advice.
doesn't it?
If I
Sounds
was-
like she might have been in that situation
If
before.
I was to put that piece of advice onto you, is that triggering at all?
Some might call it traumatic, yeah. I just have to agree with everything that's been said in there. The phone battery would be pretty important. That can be quite stressful, I think, in that situation. So I've heard.
Yeah. If you were to really illustrate the hypothetical situation that's being discussed, what happened?
I think, yeah. Hypothetically, breaking down in a live lane of the dual carriageway, when you're about 45 minutes from home is, not how anyone would wish to end an event day, is what I'd say.
Yeah, you're probably 9 o'clock at night, something like that. You got cars flying up behind you.
Yeah. Fly. And I mean, even when the police are there, so I hear people still carry on flying
Really?
past. Yeah. So.
How did you?
So you hear.
How do you cope in those high pressure situations?
I mean, I think you've just got to do what you've got to do. Put the horses first. Obviously, get onto the police straight away. Quicker the better, because then they can come sort everyone else out.
999. Not 111.
999. Then keep calm and carry on. It's the only thing you can do.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Keep calm and carry on.
Keep calm and carry
Wait
on.
for help.
When that happens.
When that happens.
When
Yeah.
that happens.
Yeah.
because it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Mitch, mate, I'm at the end of my notes, so I'll throw over to you. Is there anything else that we've got left to tidy up at your end?
I'm just having a scroll. No, I think we're all good. Helen, just want to put you on the spot here. Did you have any questions for Braden? We've been sitting here for the last however long interviewing you. I think it's
Okay, yeah, I've
time
got
you
one.
could
The tables have turned.
yeah,
Yep.
throw one back at him.
Okay, I think something that I've perhaps struggled with a little bit with my horse is a flying change, and I just wanted to get your advice on how to ride the perfect flying change for a 10.
For a 10?
For a 10, we're looking to top the board.
Sure. So for me, and you're not the first to ask, for me, the work's done at home.
Right. Yeah.
Okay? It's building that moment into all of your training.
Okay.
You want to get that mastery moment at home. So you want them to be nailing it at home at a 10. And then the really important part is when you get into the arena, it's about them not anticipating it.
Right. Yeah.
Not anticipating that change. So it's about preparing for the change, but then not actually executing. So when you're at the show, I would, in my warm-up, I would prepare for the change, but I wouldn't actually pull the trigger.
Okay.
And I'd do that a few times just to make sure, because, a horse that's doing a test with a change in it, it knows what it's doing and it's pretty confident. But you got to make sure he, she, or they know that that you're the boss, and that they don't execute that 10 that you've executed at home. That 10's going to come out when you pull the trigger.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to come. Now I know where you are. I'm happy to come
that would
and
actually be great.
we can work on
those at home for
a
the
couple of
10.
things.
Mm.
That'd be my absolute pleasure. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great answer.
Well,
Great question.
Yeah.
And I'm afraid that's all we've got time for tonight.
Well, if that's all we've got time for, guys, let me just pull up the intro, and I just want to finish by saying, Helen Bates, thanks, mate.
Thank you.
Hi, this is Blythe Tate, and you're listening to Eventing Weekly with Mitch and Braden.
Oh, I'm early.
Oh, we were out there.
That was really bad.
Premature again.